Good morning to the examiner and all the candidates.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Today, we will discuss on how to develop good habits that can help students perform well in their studies. I would like to invite any one of you to kickstart this discussion by giving us your opinion, which is the most important habit for students to perform well in their studies.
Let me start first. In my opinion, diligence is a good habit to help students to perform well in their studies, which is successful students are diligent with their study session. If you skip your study session, be sure that you're studying in vain, driven into the zone of ineffectiveness, and this will hamper the achievement of your goal. Do you agree with me, candidate D?
That's true to a certain extent, but a diligent is habits. If you are a diligent person, then you will be happy. Although some students have studied diligently, there are still some who fail. So in my opinion, I will say that students must have self-discipline is the way to keep their self-focused on study. For example, they can create a routine. Keeping their routine realistic by focusing on tiny steps at the start can provide the required momentum to work towards the ultimate goal. That's true to a certain extent, but a diligent is habit. If you are a diligent person, then you will be happy. Although some students have studied diligently, there are still some who fail. In my opinion, I will say that students must have self-discipline is the way to keep their self-focused on study. Self-discipline is important for students because it can help students to stick to their decisions and not lose sight of their goals. For example, they can create a routine, keeping their routine realistic by focusing on tiny steps at the start can provide the required momentum to work towards the goal.
Yes, I do agree, but allow me to share my point of view. Good time management is a good habit to help students to perform well in their studies. This is because students learn more effectively when they learn manage time in the right way. As it is more quantifiable for them, they allocate studies hours and stick to it. This helps in effectively developing their learning skills.
That's absolutely not true. Good time management is not the factor to stay focused. A student without discipline can still achieve what they want. I strongly believe that motivated habit is the most important in students' life because it helps to gain valued results like personal growth, better well-being, or a sense of confidence. Motivation helps students to concentrate and work hard in class.
I am not agree with candidate C opinion because I believe that being diligent is very important to improve our good habits of students. You make a plans to prepare effectively, avoid distractions, and work hard to completely understand the material. For example, your participation in class is an important part of your learning and leadership development at BYU Hawaii. You actively share and teach others what you have learned. To improve that, you consistently revise your study habits to increase your capacity to learn, including planning effectively, reading with comprehension, organizing key concepts, and reviewing materials systematically.
That's a good point, but don't you think if students have self-discipline will be the best habit for them as a student? I still believe that this is the most useful because if students have self-discipline, may be able to be better focused on long-term goals and make better choice related to academic engagement. Can you all understand what I'm trying to say? That's a good point, but do you think if students have self-discipline will be the best habit for them as a student? Because I still believe that this is the most useful because if students have self-discipline, may be able to better focus on long-term goals and make better choice related to academic engagement. Also, when the students stay in discipline, it becomes easier for them to stay in control of their studies and other important things. When the students do not stay in the discipline, they become careless and left their assignments and work for the last moment. This is the major reason for stress in students' lives. So to overcome this, the student must stay in the discipline. Can you all understand what I'm trying to say?
true. But if students have a good time management, the outcome of every work they do will be more organized outcome with less or little mistake. This is because when students have a good time management, they already arrange their time in the right way so that their work won't be done in last minute, so they can prevent it.
I don't quite agree with you about self-discipline is the most good habit. This is because our success does not depend on our habit. If a person has a bad habit, they still can achieve the goal. In my opinion, habit is not the main factor to become successful.
I suppose that's true. I think I should agree with candidate C about being motivated students. When you are motivated, you have desire to change your life. Motivation helps us clarify our goals so we know exactly what are we working towards. Wouldn't you agree?
I can see your point here, but by using good time management, students can complete their work on time, stay engaged with their learning, and have more time free for pursuing activities that are important to them, such as sport, hobbies, youth group, and spending time with friends and family.
You have made your point very clear. I agree with you about a good time management. Students who are able to manage their time well will be a responsible person in the future.
That's right. Well, after listening to all the points on the 4 good habits for students, I think it's time to make a conclusion.
I guess everyone agree that good time management is a good habit to help students perform well in their studies. Does everyone agree to that?
Yes, agree.
Let's agree.
In conclusion, it is unanimous that we all agree that good time management is a good habit that can help students perform well in their studies because firstly, they can learn more effectively when they learn to manage time in the right way. Secondly, students can complete their work on time. Finally, it brings more organized outcome work with less or little mistakes. Thank you and have a nice day.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.